Well, it finally happened. And I'm telling you right now, for those that are listening, you're probably thinking, oh man, just another fresh and fit got canceled type of video. But the difference is I had a personal run-in with Amrou, aka Myron Gaines, aka Fit, out of Fresh and Fit. And that's why if you go through the video history, you'll see that there's a couple of videos where I do criticize Fresh and Fit amongst just pearly things and modern life dating, et cetera, et cetera. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I knew it was going to happen. You cannot get away with bringing folks like Nick Fuentes on board. You cannot get away with wearing a Klan hood on your head. And you cannot get away with the fact that you invite guests on with this formula, because that's what it is. It's a formula of promising these young, entitled women who are social media addicts, who are $9.99 a month type of woman, if you know what I mean. These type of women got on the show thinking they're going to get some clout, good old Gen Z clout, right? And you would expose them. You would make them look silly. You knew they didn't bring in those talking points. They get overly emotional, and then you kick them off the show. Now, y'all get kicked off of YouTube, and guess what happens? Emotional and storms off the set, like Modern Life Dating, like the female guest he would bring on, right? So everything it's a law of nature. It's a law of nature. Everything balances itself out. I mean, I'm going to sound like a conspiracy theorist here, but this is why. If you mess with Earth, Earth messes back. Earthquakes, hurricanes, etc. Without getting too much in a bunny trail, it's the same thing happening here with YouTube. All right, you flew too close to the sun, and you got bit. And guess what? You talk about hold frame, don't be emotional. Here you are crying off stage, like Modern Life Dating did. And I'm pretty sure the next thing's going to happen to just pearly things. It's funny how all of y'all have a couple things in common. My theory is I believe you are driven by attention, right? Just like the 9.99 woman, you ride high the attention you get, the virality, because of something that happened in your childhood or lack thereof happened in your childhood. You get off of that. You're like, man, I'm getting all this attention and I get paid for it. Now I got the power and I could shoot down these women. I could talk about these women however they need to be talked about. Because something in my childhood, because I was too busy hugging up on my little kayak team. Okay, if you haven't seen the photos, check out the photos. So now, fast forward, all right, make fun of someone's wife, you ridicule families, you ridicule a race, again with the Klan hood and the monkey noises, and you are surprised. Lack of self-accountability. You are surprised why you got demonetized. Like how foolish can you be? Now you won't get the attention. Actually, you're getting the attention. It's not the right kind you want. Might not have the same level of money. Oh, and on top of that, good luck if you're trying to find a formal job after this. This is what I predict. If they truly got demonetized, right? They try to reapply, it doesn't work out. This is the end. This is what I see happening. It's kind of like the end of a movie when they put the post credits, right? Like such and such went off to college, such and such became a council member, or such and such passed away. This is what I think is going to happen. I think that Fresh Prince CEO, who was really long for the ride, he really didn't have his own views. If you watch the videos, a lot of what he did was just echo the same thing that Myron was saying, aka Amrou, because that's his real name. So I think Fresh Prince CEO is going to go full on hard and be a club promoter. He doesn't have his own views. He cannot carry a channel by himself. Okay, especially in the manosphere. He's just not going to be able to do that. So he's going to be a club promoter. I see him being the type of person that could get some VIP guests inside a club or celebrities, et cetera, right? Music artists. Myron, on the other hand, I predict here in the next 2 to 3 years is going to be a quote unquote marketing professional, a freelancer who's going to talk about how he has success growing Instagram, how he has success growing YouTube, how he's got success growing a following, right? But here's the interesting thing. The internet stays forever, right? Evidence is out there. So I truly mean good luck if you're going to go the freelancer route, because I know for a fact people are not going to hire you in an environment that pushes for diversity or has a stance against sexual harassment, against sexual assault. Think about that. Okay, that's reality. They got to pay the bills somehow. Okay, and they didn't make it to celebrity status. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. You know, they're not going to be in the background of a rap video because there were cornballs who were angry. More Myron than Fresh Prince. So they didn't get to that level. Andrew Tate, that could be someone that you could see in the background of a music video, right? Him and Kevin Samuels, they hit that threshold of being a national brand name and presence. They have presence about them. So that's my take on it. Okay, and for those that are still listening, wondering, okay, what do you mean you had a run-in with him? Shout out to Offie Kingdom. For those that don't know, when I first started this company, because by the way, this is an entire company. I got matchmaking, I got events, I got coaching. Okay, check me out on Google. This is an entire enterprise. YouTube is a minuscule revenue for me. Okay, really a lot of the money that I make is through the day-to-day dating service business side of it. And even our YouTube channel is starting to gear towards more mainstream dating related content, not touching this manosphere stuff. But let me take you back to 2019, 2020, when I was on Offie Kingdom's night panels, right? He would bring on a whole bunch of folks from manosphere. At the time, you know, you had Modern Life Dating. Back then, Myron had a channel called Unplugged Fitness, because really he was just pushing a lot of fitness related stuff, and then moved over to Red Pill, etc. Whole bunch of folks. Some of them are still around, some are not. We would talk about dating dynamics, manosphere, etc., etc. Honestly, became more like a male gossip club. To be very honest, and this comes off wrong, I felt I was a little bit above it. Okay, I love the fact that Offie Kingdom put me on, and he invited me on there and got me exposed, got me a couple of followers, and I mean exposed as an exposure, not exposed like I did something wrong. You know what I mean? But helped me out with the marketing piece of it. But again, this was an echo chamber. This was the same kind of follower. So anyways, during that, I remember I was talking about how some of these fools are only going to be stuck online. Y'all can't be the type of people I can take to a networking event. My whole point is that some of these people, publicly, there's some goobers. But, you know, when it came to online, they were very brave. They can say what they want. And Myron took offense to that. He said something like, nobody cares about your networking events, right? Again, sounds like a 16-year-old to me, honestly. And I yelled back at him. I said, is anybody talking to you? Because again, I was addressing the whole crowd. I cut him off. A lot of people were in my defense. Actually, one of them was talking about how, yeah, you know, you're probably on that sauce, directing it at Myron because he was more than likely drinking. Okay, he was drinking that night. He was by himself. This is before Fresh Prince CEO and Myron Gaines were together. They actually were separate on the panel. I don't think they even had that kind of collaboration or partnership at the time. But he probably thought, hey, they probably live in the same city, and then fast forward, they created the channel. So this is not me just saying, okay, cool, I'm going to do another Fresh and Fit video. This is someone who had to put Myron in his place, right? And again, this is what happens when you get a lot of young folks that become the voice for the so-called voiceless. And now the young followers, the young viewers, see this as the example. Okay? I have experience being a loving, involved dad. I have experience in combat. I have experience running a business and not just build off of YouTube. So I am someone that's beyond just a podcast microphone and playing with the algorithms. All right? Real world experience, real world advice. Meanwhile, you got these two fools who would bring on drama, gossip, all kinds of stuff to pull people into this vortex of silliness. And now you got to see, they expose themselves, right? Especially Myron. He went from saying he's not a Knight Rider to full on wearing a Klan hood. Ironically, we know he was targeting the African American community for his views, for his following, for his marketing tribe. He was looking at the African American community. And you could see that from the celebrities, the guests, the type of woman he would have on. He was targeting the black community, and yet he's wearing a Klan hood, making gorilla noises. Keep in mind that he is Sudanese. He may look the part, but he is not the part. My Puerto Rican ass, who grew up about 20 minutes away from an Afro-Caribbean town in Puerto Rico, probably has a lot more African roots than Amrou does. He looks the part, but he's quite the opposite when it comes to his views on blacks. And yet people are going to still support him. That is called asinine. That's called being asinine. Okay? It's stupidity to the max. So, anyways, this is Chris from the Dating Doc signing out. Let me know what y'all think. Comment below. All right? If y'all want to see that drama video, comment below. Let me know. I'll find it. I will get with Afi Kingdom and say, hey, find me that time that I put Amrou, aka Myron Gaines, in his place. All right. Comment below. Support the channel. Appreciate it. We out.